Are you independent or dependent? Yeah, we'll get started here just in a little bit. I'm going to say hello to all my people in the chat, along with my inner circle people and also the super chatters. So, hi, my son. Thank you very much for jumping on here. Hi, Bill. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, Craig. Mary. How are you? Jody, Jerome, Arthur, Mike, Pat. Sandy, James, Kai, Katie. Awesome having you guys here. We'll start just in a few seconds. Hey, David. Hi, Scott McKinney. Hi, Randy. Thanks for jumping on here. Coach Bob. Here we go. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And the topic today, are you independent or are you dependent? And the reason that I say this is, man, I'll tell you what, there's when I first got involved in anything in life, we have a tendency not to believe in ourselves. Another thing is we don't think we're enough. We don't think we're deserving. We overthink. Um, it's just a lack of belief in ourselves. And so what we do is we don't realize, listen closely, we don't realize that it is 100% okay to learn lessons and fail to success. All right. And so, because we overthink and we want to be a little bit of a perfectionism, what we are constantly doing is we constantly are asking everybody, listen closely, everybody. And the majority of the people that we ask on how to do something, because we don't want to make a mistake, learn a lesson, fail our way to success, because we don't want to do that, we procrastinate. We just don't do it. And people keep saying, well, I don't want to do anything wrong. Listen, anything that you did good, anything that you currently can do, you made mistakes getting there. And so there's this whole thing of, analysis paralysis, right? And so what we have a tendency of doing is we don't believe that we can get results or execute until we're perfect. And that's just not the way the world works. It's never worked that way. So every part of our journey that we're happy with, or if we looked in our past that we were really happy with, we just keep trying. We just keep trying. Or should I say, we just do it, right? We just do it. That's not right. Do it again, not right. Do it again, not right. Do it again. So when we, go bowling or throw darts or play pool, it's like we don't really care. It's like, I messed up. I threw a gutter. Ooh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stick that dart in your wall. I didn't mean to stick that dart in your floor. And there's things that seem to not matter that we're willing just to try. Do. Learn, mistake, fail. And we just, who cares? Who cares? So the reason that I came up with, are you independent or dependent, is, first of all my mentors used to say, if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. And there's another thing where you can find out. If you're always looking for people that you need approval from or you need answers from, and they're not available, see, then you get to blame them. You get to blame them. Well, I reached out and asked a question and that person didn't get back to me. And it's like, listen, independence is being independent, where you rely on nobody. You rely on nobody. It's not, well, as soon as, they open up an office in my country, or as soon as they open up an office in my city, as soon as they, So my mentor, Bill Gould, would say this all the time. If I felt, see, it's not true. Listen closely. If I felt that I needed something, or I needed the company to do something, or I needed my upline to do something, or I needed a leader to do something, if I needed anything from anybody, any company or anything, my mentor's response to that was then, "You're elected." What? Wouldn't it be cool if they had a short video on this? You're elected. What do you mean I'm elected? Well, create that video. Well, you know, yeah, but this was brought up recently, right? So my group with Joshua Daramella and Mosh and the other Joshua, it's just growing like crazy. They're over 90,000 in volume now. And so there's two groups of people in Nigeria. One group are making things happen. It's like a 1K factory. I think we already got 6 or 7 5Ks, 2 10Ks. We'll break 2 50Ks. So there's a group of people everywhere that just goes, if it's to be, it's up to me. If something needs to happen, I will take care of it. I will do it. And then there's another group of people, and you guys know who they are. You've talked to them. Every one of you know, I live a few hours away from Lagos. You know what I mean? It's a 24-hour drive. And, I'm going to wait until they get here, and I'm going to wait for them to do translations in French. And I'm going to see, it's always these people that, in my opinion, are not leaders. So as we're sorting in this business, if you find people that, there's a girl right now that I'm sharing some cool stuff with in the UK, and you're not customer service. So if you're training, listen, you allowed it. I'll say that again. You teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. And some people think they got to be everything to all of their people. No, I'm looking for independent affiliates. Independent affiliates. I'll point, guide, and direct people to things. But if they don't have time to watch a video, and they don't have time to go through their back office, and they don't have time to plug in, it's like someone sends me a message about the compensation plan. I send them the link to the compensation plan. Well, I just needed to know if this and this and this work. You need to learn it. You're an independent. I need to help you become independent. So you have some people that they don't even have time to recruit. They don't even have the time to master connecting, getting people to know, like, and trust them, because they're too busy being customer service for a company that a person is independently with. And so if you are constantly going, oh my God, I reached out to so-and-so. Yeah, I don't know if we're in this country. I don't know if we have certain products in this country. What about the translations? See, there's always these people that nothing's perfect, but they need things to be perfect to move forward. So why am I saying this story? The saying is just so important. So when I first met Joshua Daramella, and I said to him, hey, listen, you know what? You're bringing people in, they're starting to purchase volume. You need to purchase volume. And he was going, the Lagos office is quite a ways away. And I said, okay. See, I'm not going to allow them to give me excuses or listen to their reasoning of why it doesn't work and then agree with them. Are you hearing me? So I'll never forget, I was trying to promote a training I think that Josh was doing. So I reached out to Joshua and I said, "Listen, we're doing an event tomorrow." And he said, I won't be on it." He said, "I already made plans to pick up my product." And I said, "Okay." And he says, "Well, I got to get up early in the morning and ride one bus for 4 or 5 hours. And then I got to get on another bus. And that takes me the rest of the way into Legos. And then I get my product. I'm going to stay overnight and then get up in the morning, get my product. And then I got to take the 2 buses back." And he go, "How long is the bus trip?" And I think he said 8 hours. Wow. And then I got to thinking, that's the kind of people that you're looking for. Because when I got involved in this business, I don't want to sound like your parents or your grandparents. Like, only toy I had was a tin can and I kicked that around. And I walked up and down, walked back and forth to school, up both ways uphill in snow and 40 below weather. See, but some people think we talk like that because, I didn't have money when I got in this business. And so I would drive sometimes 3 and 4 hours to get to somebody's home to do a home meeting and present to a few people in that home. And sometimes, as soon as I got done, it's like, for whatever reason, a few people would say, I want to think about it. I'm not sure. I'm going to go home, talk to my parakeet and dog. And it was like, man, didn't sign up anybody. And now I got to get in a car and drive all the way home, get home like 2 or 3 in the morning. But people that don't like their current lifestyle is going to do what it takes. And then you got the other people that everything blocks their way. You know what I mean? So some of the people that I first tried to deal with in Nigeria, they would say, "Well, I don't have a really good phone and I don't have enough data. So I don't, I can't watch the videos. I can't leave voice clips." And I'm going, "Hey, figure it out. Figure it out. Do you want to stay in your life like right now? Or do you want it to be better?" Yeah. Well, here's the clue. You're going to have to do things that you're not currently doing to get things that you don't have. So if you want to stay the same and constantly complain and hate every area of your life, if you want to stay there, just keep making excuses and doing exactly what you're doing. It was not comfortable for me to go out into the street and talk to strangers. It scared me to death. But I didn't want to be broke anymore. I wanted to do my best to provide for my girlfriend so I could ask her to be my wife. That's Terry now. We've been together for 40 years. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to do things in my life. So then I had to figure out what steps it took to be independent. The people that brought me in the business lived in downtown LA. A good days of driving would be 2.5 hours. I'm not going to drive 2.5 hours in traffic to promote a meeting in downtown LA when I lived in Canoga Park next to Reseda, the Karate Kid. So my deal would be, my mentor lived in San Diego. So my deal is, well, if my mentor and my upline would come do meetings for me, If only they would help me. If only they would build me a leg. If only they would build my group for me. It's like, come on. Everything that you need to do in this business, you can do. You can learn. You can make a decision. I'm going to learn to do that. I'm going to learn to do that. I'm going to get gooder and gooder every day in every way. So if there's other people that have figured out how to use Facebook to connect with people, get them to know, like, and trust them, and then ask them to do them a huge personal favor and share a short video with them to make them an affiliate, and then do a theoretical example to get them to understand how fast they can get paydays, multiple paydays into their family to change their life, their family's life, the people that they love. Those are the people that you're looking for. That's why in the theoretical example, you're asking, who do you know that is very optimistic? They get things done. They're already got a nice car. They already have a nice home. They have a lot of toys. See, because these people that make six figures, they're not average. They're people that are solution finders. And so you really got to be careful about people that are totally always taking up your time. I got a question. What about this? Why don't they do this? I wish the company would do this. What about that? What about this? It's like, my God. So my mentor used to do this to me, and he used to do it in training. Back then we had a paper application. And we hold it up and he said, how many people signed one of these? And everyone in the room would raise their hand. And he says, great. And he said, what does it say right here? It says independent. Independent. That's your goal. That's your goal, is to be independent. Find other people that want to be independent. People that are dependent, I just wish I don't know. Oh, woe is me. See, if you give these people every one of the things that they need to do and they just don't do it, they're now telling you how much time you need to spend with them. So that's why I give people assignments. I just give them a simple assignment. Hey, do me a favor. Yeah. Get this book, Greatest Miracle in the World by Og Mandino. Read it and then give me a call. Read it and give me a call. Send me a Facebook message. And see, I know the numbers because 99.999% of the people will not do that. Me, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I did not want my life, any part of my life, to be the way it was when I met my mentor. So when I did the interview with Joshua Daramella, I went, oh my God, this guy found my YouTube channel. And then he said, I went through all the videos. He even asked me, what videos should I go through first? And this is what I said to him. Click on videos, then click on popular and watch the most popular videos first. And he goes, okay. I said, as you're going through the videos, if you have some questions, reach out to me if you need any kind of clarification. Man, so do you guys realize what the success I would have had in this industry if my mentors put all their YouTube all the videos they ever did on YouTube, and it was available for me? Melody Riba, some people that have been around me for a long time, this is honestly the best time in history of the world. Because You have no excuses to be financially struggling. None. Zero. Because the information is available. You could dedicate your time to study it, apply it, execute it, and get results from it. But most people won't. So you don't have to believe that you're doing something wrong if you're consistently being dependent, making up excuses for not doing the work, not doing the connecting. And then you here's a word that a phrase that people don't like that I say, but I learned it from my mentor. You usually attract the people that you are. I'll say that again. You usually attract the person that you are. So if you're a problem finder and a professional excuse maker and a professional procrastinator, if you're if you're learned helplessness, if you're constantly a victim, see what I mean? If you're constantly that way, it's like the universe wants to teach you a lesson. So now you attract these people because that's who you are. It's like a mirror to your life. Why is it that everyone I talk to doesn't want to do anything? Hang on a second. Let me go look at your volume. Oh, you're not doing anything. That's not fair. No, it is fair because you believe that you're not worthy. You believe that you're not enough because you won't work on your personal development. So you won't do the things required to change the level of who you are. Because when you start changing your beliefs and know that you're a miracle and you know that you're enough and you know that you're deserving and you know you're worth receiving, then you change. And what you do is you now look at yourself as valuable. And when you're valuable, your time is valuable. So now you'll start attracting people that don't want to waste your time. These two Joshuas in Nigeria and Mosh, I probably, other than me doing a couple of Zooms for the entire team, these two individuals are probably taking less than 15 minutes of my time. And at the beginning, they were hanging around. You become who you hang around. They were hanging around a bunch of problem finders. Well, we can't build Nigeria if we don't have this. And if MDC doesn't do this, and, we got to have this, this, and this. And, if they don't have this. So I did a leadership call and got all the whiners and complainers on it and just ripped them a new one. Yeah, that's what leaders do. And they seen how I treated problem finders, excuse makers, victims. They seen how I did it. Oh, woe is me. And they went, enough's enough. So I just told them, if you hang around those people, they're going to suck all the energy out of you, and you're not going to want to move forward. You got to find people that went, man, you give me a freaking opportunity. You give me a chance to change my life, and you tell me what to do. I'm doing it. I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm going to work. I'm going to make this happen. And then all of a sudden, boom, they're 25Ks. Now that they're making income and they're a 1K, 5K factory, now that they got all these 1Ks coming in, it is weird when I look at the 1Ks in the group because there's a lot of people that are not producing between the producers and the producers. Because there was a strategy that I talked to him about is ask people who's the best people they know and work with the best people. So there's a lot of non-producers in everywhere in the world, in every company that know producers. So maybe that's the question. Maybe that's what you say. Hey, listen, yeah. Who's the most independent person you know? Oh, I know this a guy named Robert. He goes by Bobby. Why him? I mean, yeah, he's like living in foster homes, but the guy fixes people's bicycles, motorcycles, snowmobiles, and this. I mean, he's like 13, 14 years old, and he's got more money than anybody I know. It's like you want to find people that look at their lives and go, I don't need anybody. See, the people that are independent seem to attract other independent people. And it was funny. I watched an interview. I'll leave you with this. I watched an interview recently, and the person asked, "How did you become successful?" He was involved in marketing and in network marketing, and he said, "No one in my upline could prove to me that they were making the kind of money that I needed to make. So I went to a convention, and I could tell that if people hit a certain rank, that they must know how to do this business." So I seen a young guy that was making, I believe it was $19,000 a month. And he says what was so funny about him is when I walked up to him and said, "How much you make?" He showed me. What? Yeah, he goes, listen, hang on here. Hang on here. Let me show you what I'm making. And he goes, "This guy's not even in my group." And he goes, here, look, this is what I'm making. And logging in. There you go. Income disclosure. This is not typical. Little over 20,000 people in my organization. He showed me. And I said to him, "Listen, is there any way that I can we're at this 3-day convention. Is there any way that I could buy you dinner tonight?" And the guy went, "Yeah." And he said, "My whole entire team was mad at me because this guy was sort of weird, said things that maybe he shouldn't have said, was socially, socially not, not a real cool person, real cool guy." And he said, they didn't understand that I wanted to buy this guy dinner and pick his brain. And he said, we had such a great night. He stayed up till like 2 a.m. And I just kept picking his brain. Then I said, "Hey, I really appreciate it. What are you doing for lunch tomorrow?" And he goes, "Nothing." And he said, "I took the guy out to lunch. My whole group was upset at me because they're going, 'Are we going to hang out together?' And he's going, 'No, we're all struggling. We're all broke. I'm going to hang out with this guy.'" And he said, I asked some more questions after we got done lunch. He said, I looked at him and I said, "Want to do dinner again?" And he said to me, "I'll have dinner with you, but I'm not interested in having dinner with the rest of those people." And I said, "Why?" And he says, "They're disrespectful. They're know-it-alls. They don't pay attention." Can you imagine that? See, he had a group of people around him that were the people that were pulling him down. So people go to events and they got a whole group of non-producers and they all hang around non-producers. This guy was like, I'm tired of my life being this way. For things to change, I have to change. And the guy said, absolutely. And he said, I asked him the next day, hey, can I go to lunch with you? And he goes, I have some other things to do, and I'm catching a plane right after the event. And he said, the stuff I learned from him in dinner, lunch and dinner, that stuff allowed me to get to $19,000 a month in 60 days. And he said, I've been in network marketing for 4 years. 4 years. And I got someone that would show me their income. And I said, that's what I'm going to do. And he says, I can't even tell you. I was doing everything wrong. Everything I was doing did not need to happen. I was listening to the wrong people. And the wrong people won't show you their income. Did you guys catch that? So in closing, I did a post today. Some things don't need prayer. I don't know. I pray about everything. But it says some things don't need prayer. They need discipline. God already told you what to do. You just got to stop procrastinating. So you already know what to do. And you're not going to be good at it until you suck at it. You got to do it. It doesn't feel comfortable. You're not good at it. It doesn't feel good. And you got to hang around the right people and be willing to just do the basics of what these people tell you to do. So that's independence. And your goal every day is to be independent and find other people that want to be independent. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a huge personal favor. I'd really appreciate it. Share this video with people that are dependent. Maybe that'll be a little hint for them. And I love and appreciate you. I believe that you can do this. If we can do it, you can. And if no one's ever given you permission to succeed and be fulfilled, let me be the first. I love and appreciate you, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.